LSU Florida. LSU Florida. LSU Florida. LSU Florida. Micah Baskerville did not travel with the team. Jordy Collada reports. We'll wait for some more people to pop in here before we begin. Well, for the first time this season, we actually have LSU losing a game. This is the first time we've actually predicted an LSU loss in, I can't even remember. I think the last time we predicted an LSU loss was the 2017 Notre Dame bowl game, I think. It's been a long time. 2018, we did not predict a single LSU defeat that season, especially when we upset Georgia. When Joe Burrow and Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a big game that game as well. When we upset Georgia in that game, I thought, a few plays in that 2018 Bama game and LSU could have beat Bama, but no, it was not like that at all. LSU were trounced in that game, sadly. But and the Texas A&M game, of course, 7 overtimes. I mean, how can you account for that and the ridiculous penalties that caused the 7 overtimes? But it's the first time we have predicted an LSU defeat in almost 3 seasons. That is crazy. That shows the consistency of Coach Orgeron. Maybe it shows us being way too biased. Maybe it shows us being unrealistic in the past. Maybe it shows us having purple and gold tinted glasses. But we see clearly now. Not that we didn't before, but it's just there were certain things we were told in the off season, told that were going to happen, that just never were going to happen. Were complete. They almost felt like they were masking something, like there was some type of overcompensation when things would be bragged about way too hardcore, or certain players, certain facets of the team. It was always kind of like, why does that need to really be bragged about like that? Why does Orgeron have to say this type of stuff? And credit to him for his enthusiasm, and credit to him for his extreme love of the team. But there's times he needs to admit reality, and saying there's no problem in the locker room, saying there's no problem with this or that. Come on, man. We know what happened back in the summer, the locker room issues that happened because of the protest, the division that happened there. It's something I kind of had a faint sniff of at the time, because it was about politics. And it's not hard when people are very political these days to find someone's politics. It's not hard. Or to at least put them on your spectrum of who you think they are, which is a completely ridiculous way to live life, in my opinion. It's something I do not do or recommend. I've got friends of many political backgrounds. That's how it should be. It feels like at LSU, it got political. It got racial. It got intense. But I will say, Coach Orgeron showed he completely had Coy Moore's back and got justice for the young man like that. I mean, says a lot about Coach Orgeron. Tonight, what will matter? What are we playing for? I don't know what we're playing for. I'm guessing it would obviously be 2020, 2021. Who's going to be remaining with the team? Who's going to be moving on? Who likes to get embarrassed on the field and doesn't belong in purple and gold? And who's going to be a future superstar? I want to see Eli Ricks pick off Kyle Trask. I want to see Derek Stingley get his first interception of the season. He's had a hell of a season. It's been very subtle. He's not going to get the credit he's due. But, man, he's been fantastic. LSU, they've got to pull out a win here. I don't think they will. But if Max Johnson can at least rack up a bunch of points, make the game entertaining, make the game, kind of this buccaneering, crazy, badass, hell-bent for leather mentality, then that's all. We'll take it. We'll take it to the bank because, yeah, we're sure we'll probably lose this game. But if we can embarrass Florida in a way, kind of ruin their season a bit in the process, how beautiful would that be? I mean, the season would not be a failure by any stretch of the imagination if you could just get in that little embarrassment of Florida right there. It'd be like, okay, all right, okay, yeah, you got one there. I can't say we're gonna upset Florida, but there's a bigger chance of that happening than against Alabama, obviously. But we just don't have the players to do it. We don't have Terrace Marshall. If we had Terrace Marshall, if we had Eric Gilbert, if we had Apu Ika up the middle, a few other guys, Micah Baskerville, obviously, I would say, hell yeah, bring it on. But who is Max Johnson even going to have to throw the ball to? It's going to be Kayshon Boutte, Jere Jenkins, just going to work. Coy Moore, time to step up. Coy Moore, I think he's ready. He just hasn't had the reps. He just hasn't, for some reason, he hasn't been getting the ball much. But whenever he did get the ball, he seemed to be electric. I don't know. It just, this kid, could he turn it on against Florida? Problem with Florida, though, is they have a great rushing attack besides Kyle Trask's 38 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I mean, it's kind of crazy. They've got 4 different guys who have rushed over 150 yards on the season and have also scored a touchdown. And that is against LSU's big play allowing defense. That's not really a good indication. But if we can have some good plays from the secondary, if Cordell Flott can be put in the right spot, or just off the field for Jay Ward entirely, but I feel like internally, Corey Raymond, there's no way in hell he's ever going to take Cordell Flott off that field. Credit to him for his loyalty, sticking by his guy, but at least do right by Cordell and put him in the slot and don't just keep him there if the number 1 receiver goes over there. Luckily, we're not playing Devontae Smith tonight, but there may be some times where they're trying to get Kyle Pitts in some matchups against, if I was Dan Mullen, I would be just scheming away how to get Kyle Pitts in matchups one-on-one versus Cordell Flott. However they have to do it. Move him in the slot, move him out wide, run those pick plays, those kind of like rub plays where they just run Derek Stingley and him right into each other. Run the same stuff if I'm Florida. I mean, LSU hasn't been able to defend it until we can prove that we can actually defend those plays. Just run them. That's what Alabama did. I think that's the greatest embarrassment from what Alabama did, was that they ran literally the same offense Missouri did against us. And that's damning. That is damning. It's almost the same damn plays. And this stuff was not rocket science offense. This is very simple stuff because they just couldn't physically defend it, couldn't physically keep up. Can we physically keep up tonight? I don't know. I mean, this team is so unpredictable. I just hope to see some energy. I just hope to see some energy, some fire, some desire, some points, some touchdowns. My MVPs of the game are Ty Davis-Price. I think he's going to have a big game against Florida. I think he's going to destroy them again for the second year in a row. He's going to score as well, reach over 130 yards. Kayshon Boutte, I think he's going to have 167 yards on the game, 2 touchdowns. I think he's going to have a huge day. Dre Jenkins is also going to score. But once again, who knows? I could have spoken about a player who 5 seconds ago had just opted out or for some reason won't be playing tonight. But either way, I'm going to go get ready to watch the game. Hopefully we pull out the win and go Tigers. Win or lose, this is our football team. Win or lose, let's go. Get it up. Get ready.